Oh, girl, should we make that top five boys over there? I think that's good. Why they looking at us, though? Girl, they ain't looking at us. You know they don't like them big girl. I told you, I am a big girl, okay? I pleasantly play. Yeah, I totally agree with you with that.
This beat was hard, too. I like the way you shot
they left because they tried. Of course. Oh, girl, I heard there was some chubby chasers, though.
I keep my refrigerator full cause I'm a chubby chaser. I'm a chubby chaser. I buy plus size clothes cause I'm a chubby chaser. I'm a chubby chaser. I lift weights every day cause I'm a chubby chaser. Yeah, I'm a chubby chaser. I don't mind you gaining weight cause I'm a chubby chaser. I'm a chubby chaser. First off, all you skinny girls just shut up and listen. I need me a big girl that can throw down in the kitchen. I don't know just what it is, man, it's just intuition. But when I'm with a skinny girl, man, it's just something. She can't be itty bitty, she gotta be big in the mug. I don't want no six pack, no, I need me a hug. I can't have no size 6, I need 50 and up. A little extra, and then we get out for a hug. I don't like them slim and slender, no, I need a real kick. Eating fried chicken, hog mugs, and greasy rib tips. When she walk around, she teeter-totter like a penguin. And on top of all that, man, she got 3 chins. She on that slim, slow diet that just came out. She don't waste the time with exercise, she lay up on the couch. Got more rolls than Pillsbury, and she eat like the clumps. But she don't like the word fat, cause she pleasantly plump. I keep my refrigerator full, cause I'm a chubby chaser. I'm a chubby chaser. I buy plus size clothes cause I'm a chubby chaser. I'm a chubby chaser. I lift weights every day cause I'm a chubby chaser. I'm a chubby chaser. I don't mind you gaining weight cause I'm a chubby chaser. I'm a chubby chaser. I want a thick brown skin with a muffin top. And McD's is her favorite hot spot. Ain't no skinny girls here, cause I like a big, love handles, chubby face, and can eat like a pig. I don't know what y'all see, but ain't nothing wrong with a plus size girl in the edible thong. Loving you is wrong, I don't wanna be right. It's something so appealing about cellulite. I don't need a skinny girl, cause they too cute. But a big girl ain't too cute to let out a poop. Call it big, but I call her beautiful. She gotta work outside, she can't fit. I keep my refrigerator full, cause I'm a chubby chaser. I'm a chubby chaser. I buy plus size clothes, cause I'm a chubby chaser. I'm a chubby chaser. I lift weights every day, cause I'm a chubby chaser. I'm a chubby chaser. I love weight, cause I'm a chubby chaser. I'm a chubby chaser.
Here we go.
I like a
Thicker like I'm plump. Yeah, something to hold on to. And
up on her arms, man, they gotta be real.
Gotta be real. Ride or die, girl. One that's bigger than me. I need a girl that can pick me up and carry me. Yeah.
Calories and just talking about food and even make them moan. Big trucks, no cars, what I ride. Big weight, nothing small, yeah, she real big. So dream chick, I gotta hear you. If you ain't wearing around me, don't bring around me. I like them extra hefty with a jiggle to match. And the hump in the front, about as big as the back. I keep my refrigerator full, cause I'm a chubby chaser. I buy plus size clothes.
We gotta put an EP together.
I'm a chubby chaser. I'm a chubby chaser. I don't mind you gaining.
Thank you for tuning in to the Stimulus Podcast. We just cracking it off with a little original music right there. That's unreleased.
Yeah.
That's me and Vision and Giuliano. He's been on the podcast for like 2 episodes, but Mr. Jenkins, I think it was his name on here.
Yeah,
that's all of us on a track back when we was in high school. I don't like probably like 07 or something. Chubby Chaser. That was us on the intro doing like our own alternate woman like Shanae voices for ourselves. And that was me on the first verse, Vision on the second verse, and then Mr. Jenkins on the last verse. That's some vintage. Yeah, vintage. And I made the beat and everything. We made that in like at my mom's house back when I lived with my mom on over on Canterbury. Man, we got to shoot a video for sure. Like
that's what I'm saying. Like we gotta do like 3 more songs and just come out with like a little parody like mixtape or like how many little EP or something. Like I think that'll be funny. Like the music was good. Like Mom said, it was catchy. Like it is catchy. Like it's nice. Like it's just stupid. Like it's something
yeah, and it was supposed to be stupid. It's like
but you really can like nod to that shit though. You really can like because the beat hard. And, like, you know what I'm saying? And like how we flowing on it, it's good too. It's just what we saying is.
And I was doing a lot of that in high school. Actually, like I was I was making like little remixes off of like instrumentals of like famous songs. Like I did like "Buy You a Mint" from off of "Buy You a Drink" by T-Pain.
Oh yeah,
I did like a bunch of those.
That Pepsi girl too.
That I did a bunch of them. Like I probably during that time I did "Buy You a Mint" as a remix to "Buy You a Drink." I did what else? I did Gucci Mane, "Freaky Girl." I did like "Stinky Girl." Like I was doing like I was really doing like Weird Al type stuff. Like Weird Al like
she's parodies. A very stinky girl.
Yeah, I had like and I did one for graduation. Like when we was getting ready to graduate, I did it's a T.I. song. It's like it's got that same kind of sound to the word, not graduation, but like something whatever. Motivation, I think. And I changed it, I remixed it. I got the instrumental remixed it and made it graduation, and I was just talking about graduating. Like in the verses. I gotta find that stuff. Like I was really like rapping.
I need the graduation.
But yeah, Chubby Chaser, we gotta shoot a video. Like it like the song make you wanna visualize it when you like, it's like a lot of visuals when we talk like stuff we talking about. Like talking about muffin tops and gotta be big than the mug.
Big in the mud.
Big than a mug. Not just
that
big.
Nigga Giuliano's funny. I like them big. I like them big.
I wrote that last part of his verse. I remember he was trying to like come up with the last little line, and I said, I like them extra hefty with a jiggle to match and the hump in the front about as big as the back. That I wrote that last part for him. I remember that.
About as big as the bag.
Man, like I like them big, I like them plump. Yeah, something to hold on to.
That nigga had my favorite verse on that fire though. That shit was stupid, man. That nigga was like, and it ain't 2 plies because it's too short.
It was just like a random shot at plies, like unsolicited. Like
yeah, I was like, fuck it, we just plies then.
Right, it's like just hidden on a random track is a diss to plies that plies never know about.
Right, I'm like, my bro with it, I'm with it too. Fuck you, Flies.
Yeah. All right. He just gave us a stance. Like we didn't even know it, but he just gave us a stance on Plies by association. But thank y'all for coming back to this episode 13 of the Stimulus Podcast.
13, man, we've been going strong with this shit.
Yeah, it's been consistent, and I think I really honestly I've been hearing people say this, and I already thought this, but like. I think that like consistency is going to do way more than anything else. Any other like YouTube gimmicks and stuff like that, weird thumbnails and stuff. More than that, consistency I think is going to get us, that fan base, and I think it's going to be organic. So it's going to be steady. It's going to be like not fickle, as fickle at least, because we didn't get it off of some gimmicks and antics.
Yeah, man. One thing I've been watching, one thing I've been noticing, like just with like. Doing this music stuff and doing, just entertainment in general, like consistency is honestly, it is key. Like, because as long as you're consistent, all you need is that one little thing that'll take off and then everything else will follow after that. Like, you don't have to like force no shit because once one thing pop off, everybody else gonna trickle down. They're gonna look at everything. They're gonna backtrack. So,
yeah. And I think, I don't like I when I look at people like on YouTube and just like social media, like people like doing marketing and stuff, I see all the same like little the formula or like the same little check boxes. Like, oh, they got the YouTube, especially on YouTube. Oh, I got the thumbnail going like this, like
yeah,
like it's gotta be like, and then it's gotta be like near death experience, like big text on it, like
and then. Hella clickbait and shit.
Yeah, like I ain't gonna. I'll do like custom thumbnails, like I was doing those, but I'm not gonna do that kind of stuff. We're just gonna do what we came here to do. We ain't trying to like go that far into conforming to the formula. But yeah, thank y'all for coming back to episode 13. I've been I don't know, I've been busy, so like editing and stuff, it hasn't been as easy, but like I still been, kind of getting it done on time somewhat. But now I'm getting ready to go down to one job. I've been working 2 jobs for like almost a year, or probably over a year. Yeah, over a year. But now I'm about to go down to one job full time, and then so I'll probably have a little bit more time to edit and all that kind of stuff. But thank y'all for coming back to episode 13. I feel like we're getting better too. Like if we just stay consistent, we gonna naturally, anything you do consistently, you're gonna get better at it. Because you just like you run into all the kinks that you can run into.
Most
eventually.
definitely. Knock that shit out.
Yeah, and you can see what you can see what what you want to improve on, and improve on it as you go on. But yeah, thank y'all for tuning in. If this is your first time, welcome to the Stimulus Podcast. If this is not your first time, welcome back to the Stimulus Podcast. There's a lot going on this week, or that went on this week. But as usual, we probably wait, I almost got ahead of myself. We got to start with our icebreaker. So our icebreaker, as usual, is going to be Would You Rather. And we in our family group chat talking about that song, the Chubby Chaser song. So I'm a little bit distracted, but we're gonna get into this icebreaker. I'm gonna pull it right quick, and we're gonna get this episode cracked off. I think we got a really good episode ahead of us. All the topics that we have today is gonna be, I think, especially good. So thank y'all for tuning in once again. But would you rather? I should put that back in the I'm gonna play that again in the background, like low, just to give the episode some ambiance. That's one thing I'm getting more like conscious of, is like the atmosphere, that like the when you got music in the background and stuff, like it gives it like a whole vibe and stuff. And I think that's more pleasant. It's more pleasant to listen to.
It's nice aesthetic.
Yeah. It's like we got decorations on the episode.
Yeah.
But here we go. I'm about to go into we can go to our icebreaker. Would you rather? I'm hoping I've been kind of playing with the audio levels, so I got this on all the way like on 1 as far as the volume. You probably can't even really hear it, can you?
No, I can hear it at all.
Okay, so I can hear it, so I'm assuming that it's gonna be in the mix. If it's not, then it is what it is. But I think it's in there. I think it's like probably at the perfect level. But anyway, as usual, right now, yeah. As usual, we gonna just like pick a number between 1 and 200.
Okay, so let's go 192, 191.
191.
Yep.
Let me see, 191. Let me type that in. Real chick eating fried chicken, hog mugs, and greasy ribs.
And greasy rib tips.
We like, dang man, we was really spitting on that. Like we was really like flowing hard, like going hard on some stupid stuff. But anyway, 191. Would you rather eat a spoonful of wasabi or a spoonful of extremely spicy hot sauce? Oh, I know. I can talk about this on both sides. So
you can.
Would you rather eat a spoonful of wasabi, which is like, if you don't know what wasabi is, it's usually with sushi. It's like a green Asian,
the green paste,
horseradish type of, like really like kind of spicy, kind of like I said, like a horseradish kind of spicy, but it's like an Asian green, little paste, or a spoonful of extremely spicy hot sauce. Now I've done that because I watched the show. I used to watch the show a lot, Hot Ones on YouTube, and got all those, like they promote different hot sauces, and I was collecting them. I still want to do it, like a hot sauce challenge, hot sauce like wings, like it's on wings, like how they do it on there. But like instead of like an interview, we're just gonna do whoever can eat all of the wings or whatever and have like a prize. But anyway, so like we was
do that on here.
Yeah, if we can like find a way to like, once I'm in my next place, I'm a probably have it where I can set up some cameras and stuff, have multiple cameras, and have us do like the And if we can do an episode, it'll be an episode, and we'll just be like on there trying to talk with our mouths hot. But so yeah, I've eaten some real hot sauce, like really bad, like hot, really hot sauce, not good to eat like that. And we ate it straight, like as hot sauce, not even on chicken. They would just take shots of just hot sauce.
Big shots too.
So wasabi. If you get too much wasabi, I be eating sushi sometimes, and if you put too much wasabi, it's not like a bad burn. It's like it can make your eyes water and stuff.
But yeah, it's almost like clearing out of your sinuses, like real like strong in your
it's like
sinus area.
How you like about enough to make you almost squint and like you almost crying.
I probably would say the wasabi though for me though, man, because hot sauce, like I don't know, hot sauce tend to like it burn your mouth, it burn your stomach, it burn everything. But like the wasabi kind of just stay in your like your nostril and your eyes, like I say, your sinus area. Really like fuck with your stomach or your throat. Yeah,
like if you really wanted to clear your sinuses, like you could just like take a teaspoon of or less maybe of what's the name of wasabi, and you be like for sure like something is gonna happen.
Clean. Your sinuses are drained. You be running at the nose and all that shit.
Something is guaranteed to happen. But I've never had I've had more than what I kind of wanted, but I've never had like that. What did it say? Did it say a teaspoon?
It said a spoonful.
Spoonful. So that's like a regular spoon, like I'm assuming. So that's more than like a teaspoon.
Hell yeah, way more. That's like a tablespoon.
Yeah. Or that, or the hot sauce. I don't. It's like it was because it's similar. It's like it's not. They almost like both different styles of hot sauce. But I'm gonna pick. I'm gonna pick the. I'm gonna say the wasabi because it's like the burn is a different. It's not like that hot sauce that we had and when we played that. What was it was called? It was called Poor Taste or something like that, or like something like it was like a pun about pouring like liquor or whatever, and and we decided to go from liquor to hot sauce. This is the whole story behind the hot sauce stuff. So we decided to up the ante on what we were. It was like you spin a wheel and you land on something. You got to take that drink. Some of them was like water, some of them was juice, some of them was liquor, some of whatever. And we upped the ante, the level of the game, and the stakes, and added hot sauce to the rotation. And then a few of us had that first hot sauce, and it was hot, but it wasn't that bad. I intentionally picked one of my like least hot sauces to put in there. Out of the one, because all of them was hot, but like the least hot of those the hot ones, and then we upped the ante again and put in Mad Dog 357, and that's the one Anaya took it. It took her out. She was in the bathroom with a Coke can on her head trying to cool off, sitting on the floor. And then me, I took it. I felt bad because I think somehow I think I had to pick somebody to take a shot, and I picked her. And she was kind of like, oh, I'm with it, so she did it, but she regretted it instantly.
Instantly.
She ran around had to spit it out and tried to spit it out in the sink, but it was too late. It was already, once it go in, it don't completely come out. So I eventually took some, and it was very, very hot, of course. Like it got me to where I was like kind of shaking, like it was hot at first. It was hot immediately, but it got hotter, and I knew it was getting hotter because I took it and I wasn't like really phased by it. Like it was hot, but it was like I wasn't too phased. But I knew because somebody was saying like, oh, it seemed like it ain't that bad, and I was like, I know it's gonna get hotter. It ain't got hot yet, and I knew it. And then it eventually it got to where I was like literally kind of like having a little shake, like it was just like nervous, like a nerve, like weird thing. But I was trying to get anything, like I was eating bread, like cold cut, like meat, like just like anything that I could think of that might like milk to like dampen and like dull that burn. But it took about like half hour before it was like, you talking normally kind of again, but you still feel it for a long time after that. So all that being said, I will take the wasabi because it's not as bad as that. I don't think.
Not at all.
But I'm glad I got that on record. That story on record. But so which one you pick?
The wasabi.
Wasabi, yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't even no guessing for that for me. Like I've had both. I've had hot sauce and I've had like when I just took a little taste of that, the hot sauce that y'all had. Man, I was like, yeah, nope.
Yeah.
I wouldn't do that.
And we did like baby little shots of it. It was like straight hot sauce. Like I said, no chicken. It was no on anything. It was just the hot
Straight hot
sauce.
sauce.
Like it was
And
as
I
if
was
it
like,
was
that shit didn't even taste good. It was like
yeah.
nasty. Like,
Yeah.
what the fuck? Like, it's like it ain't even
Yeah.
hot sauce.
It didn't even taste like it would be good on something. It was just like nasty
Yeah, it'd be like,
regardless.
yeah, if like somebody put that on your chicken, you'd be like, what the fuck is this? Like,
right. Like it don't taste like, nothing that's appetizing. So it's really just like for the challenge. Like it's for the challenge of being able to eat it. It's not really for flavor's sake. Once you get to a certain hot, it's just like, what are we doing? Like, come on.
yeah, it's like, man, is this really real? Like, are we for real gonna do this?
Yeah. this is what we doing? Oh, that's what we gonna do. Okay.
Okay. Well, hey, all right. Well, shit.
But yeah, it's definitely just for the challenge. But okay, so wasabi, we both picked wasabi. Next, I'm gonna pick a random number between 1 and 200. 3. I'm gonna pick 3. This is a long list, so I gotta go all the way to the top, but I'm gonna try to do it the fast way. Find page. Done. Good old wasabi.
Good old wasabi.
I gotta play the song. I'm gonna keep this song going in the background too. No, we can't get no copyright strike on this. We definitely made this.
100%.
Right, like completely. 3. Okay, my number is 3, so I'm typing in 3. Would you rather have a golden voice or a silver tongue?
Ooh.
What does silver tongue merely mean though? Like what does that mean?
Means like you're able to really like speak very eloquently. You're very
okay, like articulate.
Yeah, very articulate. Very, you can explain things in a way not too many people can explain. Which I don't know. Like I feel like I have a little bit of both. Like my tongue is not the silverest, but it ain't tarnished for sure.
Right.
And my voice is not bad either. But
yeah, we did karaoke in the other night.
For real?
It was at cause my cousin, he got this big den and he converted into like a home theater. Like at his house, like a home theater / he built a stage. He really got. I want to learn from him like woodworking because he built a bar, he built a stage, he built a bunch of like speaker boxes for all the speakers he got in there. Like he installed like speakers in the ceiling and stuff. Like it's not like no like ghetto nigga rig type stuff. It's like cleanly done and stuff. And he built like a long time ago. He built like a game table to play like games like beer pong and like it's like it's made to be it got a cup holders and stuff in it. He made it from scratch though, like out of straight wood.
Yeah. Oh shit. Yeah. I want to. I got to get in my own space first. I know a little woodwork.
Yeah.
I want to do a little more.
Yeah.
But I got to get in my own space.
For me, I enjoy anything that's like creation, like kind of like from nothing to something.
Yeah, me too.
Like whether it's music, that, or like graphic design, or like film and stuff. Like I like taking a blank canvas and coming up with something like that I'm proud of. But anyway, back to the would you rather. Number 3, would you rather have a golden voice or a silver tongue? I feel like I'm trying to think like what's more beneficial. Now, me being like into music, I think I could see a big benefit of having a golden voice. Like
yeah,
you could get like successful if you wanted to off of it. But having a silver tongue, you kind of could, but it's probably less like it's less of a mainstream route.
Yeah, I will say golden voice just because I do music. So like the fact of having a better voice, it wouldn't help. It wouldn't hinder while me help my journey. So I definitely would take the improvement on my voice.
Yeah, I think I would be coming out with all kind of music. Just like if I just all sounded like perfect, Like it was just I picture the golden that's just like top as good as it can be. Like
Yeah, like it's without flaw. Like you
yeah,
just
like it's just,
you can sing anything.
and it just be exactly perfect, like scientifically perfect. I wonder what that would sound like because like we haven't heard that, and no matter how good of a singer exists, we haven't heard that.
We heard no golden voice now.
Like an angel, like a real angel, not like a figure of speech angel, but like a real one.
Like when you hear them sing, like your heart just melt. Like you just like
you probably be entranced. Like
yeah,
that's crazy.
I was singing opera too.
Opera? Oh, like that's how it sounds.
Yeah, I know. I just was singing opera. Like I was singing everything, but I would definitely sing some opera. Like if somebody wanted to hear like an example of it, like Vision, I need to hear. Please, can you sing for my mother? I'd be like,
like go straight to the Italian.
Yeah.
What's the
they just start crying.
Right, super, because like the opera is like so super dramatic, like extra,
it
like
is.
I
love opera music, man.
like dang, like that sounds so like somber, like
like I like when they do the runs and shit. Like
yeah,
I love opera music, man. But if I had a golden voice, that's how I would sing it. I'd just sing that.
All right, so yeah, that's the would you rather so you picked golden voice too?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's our icebreaker. As usual, comment, what you think, what your answers to the would you rather's be. Shout out to the Fam Jam because they've actually, commented on some of the videos what their would you rather answers are. So we've gotten that ball rolling a little bit with the comments. So keep doing that. Speaking of, if y'all want to donate to this podcast, you can do so by going to Cash App at $ the Stimulus Podcast, all one word, $ the Stimulus Podcast, all one word, and donate whatever you feel free to donate whatever you like, as much or as little as you would like, and that would just go toward helping us continue to improve and continue to do things with the podcast. This is going into a separate fund of money, not separate from our own personal money and everything, so that we can use it for things that kind of benefit the podcast exclusively. So
don't be thinking y'all just giving us money, so we just out here broke and stuff. You know what I'm saying? We take that money, we put it to good use, man. We even invest in ourselves because you can't expect people to invest in you and you don't do that yourself, so
yeah. So that's $ the Stimulus Podcast on Cash App if you would like to donate to us. And if you don't, just continue listening to the podcast, keep helping us get the numbers and stuff, and eventually be able to get monetized by YouTube. So that's one way, if you think about it, of giving to us, is just watching the content. So
it is, yeah.
But
that's free.
Yeah, and and the computer does know if you actually watch, so you can't like just click on it for like 10 seconds and then click off of it. It knows how long you watched it. So, just keep that in mind. That's why I post the clips, though. I do all the clips for people that don't want to watch the whole episode, but we can just watch like little highlights. So, but anyway, I'm gonna go back into my timer so we can move into the next topic. And I'm gonna stop the song because we about to go finally. We kind of usually had that little gear shift in the beginning, from not serious to a little bit more serious topics and everything. So as usual, we're going to do another update on coronavirus.
I'm so tired of this bitch, man.
Yeah. So
through this.
the date today is July 26th, 2020.
Yeah.
And I'm about to share my screen so we can go as usual to Google and look at some of the latest reported statistics about coronavirus.
26. Shout out to the homie Trey and Roberto Robert Yensen. Happy birthday to them niggas.
Oh yeah, got the same birthday.
Yeah.
Okay, so coronavirus. 2020. At this point, every episode has had something about coronavirus in it.
That's just what we living in right now, man. We gotta talk about it.
Yeah. So I got on my screen, the numbers right now in the United States. We have 4.25 million cases confirmed. We have 1.28 million recoveries and 149,000 deaths in the U.S. So like I was saying, probably I don't know what episode I was saying, like we kind of slowed down, and then once the protests kind of came, or at least around that time, it's kind of there's like some debate about whether or not it was because of the protests. But anyway, around that time, I was saying that like, we've kind of slowed it down. We kind of starting to flatten curves or whatever, and now we kind of walk straight into a second wave by going out and protesting and being in droves and hundreds in the streets and stuff.
And then they also forced us into like a fucking second wave by like trying to reopen shit. It's like,
Yep.
I mean, I understand, you know what I'm saying, the politics of it all. I understand trying to make money. Like you can't, like and that's what people I think really need to open their eyes and realize that this bitch is not a country. It's more so a company.
Yeah.
Like the company got to run, in order to make money. If the money, you know what I'm saying. So like this really opens our eyes to what we are living. Like we're not living in a country. We're living in a company. Like we are basically employees of this big ass country. I mean, it's company.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean that's a good way to put it. And we got of course I can't say like successful businessman, but we have a infamous businessman as our head. So
successful. He moderately successful, but like he not really extremely successful. I mean, because this nigga had to file for bankruptcy, and I feel like anytime you do that, then like you took risks, you took too many risks, and but I feel like that's the only reason why he is in there. He ain't had no type of political like track record. I could have did that, just get a name. I feel like that's why Kanye and everybody is like, fuck it, I could be president too. I mean, really, you can in a sense.
They kind of opened up Pandora's box, like reveal like, oh, you could be just anybody and be president of the United States. Like
I want to start. I want to start another party. Like I want to start a whole another political party. I have talking about this shit for a while. I want to call that bitch the people. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, because you got the Democrats, you got the Republicans, and you got the people. Like, you know, like, what do the people really need? Like, what do the people really want? Like, because for the longest, I feel like we haven't had the like, we've only had like, an illusion of democracy. It hasn't really been democracy. I don't feel like.
Yeah, and that's dang, it's so many topics to talk about today because I want to talk about in depth because we kind of touched on it. I think maybe last episode, the electoral college. I want to like talk about that in depth because that's a very it's a very dumb thing that we have in place.
To be old.
To be a modern society, that's a very antiquated concept. So we might get to that today. We might not, or maybe it's going to be talking about that at some point. But
I think we should say that to for election because that shit is coming up. They're not pushing that shit back. So
yeah, that's actually a good idea. Yeah, we'll just save it for them. But I know a minute ago I was saying that like around the time when everybody was protesting, I was saying we walking right into a second wave with coronavirus, and I was like, now at first it was kind of slowing down. So it was like, oh, we might only go like a little bit over 100,000. But now it's because originally they was projecting like 100,000 to 200,000 deaths in the U.S. And now we getting, mighty close to that 200,000, like top cap, or like the top of that range. Yeah. Of deaths in the U.S. So. And then people.
So if that's the case, then it's got to be like worldwide. Got to be like a million deaths. So like close to like 2.
Yeah, let me
like
put
1.5 or something like that.
Yeah, that's just the U.S. Worldwide confirmed 16.1 million cases. Worldwide recoveries 9.27 million, and worldwide deaths 645,000.
Okay,
645,000.
Ain't quite a million. But that's a lot, though.
Yeah, over 500,000, well over 500,000. people did.
Well over.
And you know, it's hard to even really talk about this concept like fairly because like there's all the controversy over the numbers and how things are being categorized and people have being incentivized to list things as a coronavirus death or related death or whatever. Like if you had a stroke or whatever and died and they tested you, you know, when you died or right before you died or something, you had coronavirus, they consider that death a coronavirus death. So like the numbers can kind of represent, I don't know, like a kind of a weird skew, but I think that regardless, you know, people have been touched by the tragedy of it all. So it regardless of what the numbers might be or not be, it's definitely
Niggas still
affected a lot
dying.
of people.
Yeah. Niggas still dying from Rona, and it's like it's crazy. Like I mean, I get it, but then I don't get it. Like, 'cause I get people like, okay, I'm tired of being in the house. I'm tired of being cooped up, but it's like at the same time, it's like, bro, sit down somewhere. Like, 'cause this shit is real. Like, people still dying from this shit. It's not like we got a cure from it. Like, for me, like being social, it ain't that serious. I got a group of friends. You know what I'm saying? I got a nice social circle. You know that I can, you know, I can visit friends. You know when I feel the need to. But right now, I feel like, you know, it's time to like crack down on your business. Whatever you doing, whatever you're trying to do to better yourself, this is the time to do it. It's not the time to be social. We've had that for years now, you know. Time to make some moves.
Yeah, it like I think it's a great time to be productive because like it's unprecedented for the well, not completely unprecedented, but like in our lifetimes, it's unprecedented to have like everything shut down, government giving out money, everybody on unemployment, everybody kind of cooped up. Like, you know, there's a lot of opportunity in that though, I think. And it's not, you know, it's self-explanatory as to how to tap into it. So it's just like either you choose to or you don't. But you know, this podcast came out of having like more time to be productive and create something. And actually, I just saw a post, like it was like a Facebook memory that said, I was saying on Facebook, like, I might just start my own podcast because since ain't nobody put me on yet, laughing but very serious. And it was like a year ago, like it was like July, it was like the 24th or something like that. But so, and I said like, and voila, you know, we got a podcast a year later, 13 episodes in. So, but anyway,
yeah, it's crazy because I like podcasts, but I never had thought, you know, of having my own or being part of one. You know what I'm saying? That was like, you know, something that I, you know, could call my own like that. But I mean, here we are. You know what I'm saying? I never would have thought, but like I'm enjoying it. You know, the more we get into it, the more we do it, the more I'm like kind of looking forward to it and just like looking up shit like, okay, what can we talk about? What, you know, what's next? Because it seemed like, especially now, every day it's like multiple events that like can occur.
That's what I said.
Like,
I
just
said
even yesterday.
I said a 2020 like month is a 2020 like week is like a 2019 month. Like that's how much stuff happens in a 2020 week. It's like enough to like fill up a 2019 month. It's just like, and it's like the nature, like the nature of the things that are happening too is like really like serious, almost like a lot of serious stuff. Like a lot of really
bizarre.
Like but they're bizarre, surreal, like all that. Like but I digress back to coronavirus though. So yeah, we got what 600 well over 500,000 people gone or whatever. And moving us on to the next topic, actually. Here in Flint, Michigan, I don't know who was behind all the promotion of it all, but they basically they basically threw a party that was kind of, I mean, from my understanding, and I didn't go, but so that's my perspective, is kind of outside looking in, but my kind of perspective and understanding of it was that it was kind of somewhat of like a Freaknik type of like on our level, like on Flint's level. And it was held actually right near the neighborhood that I grew up in, off of Clio Road. If you listen and you from Flint, off of Clio Road, like near Clio and Pearson, in that plaza, the hall.
In that Hardwood Plaza.
right there where China One back in the day used to be, and then they some year made that into Empire. I guess like I've never been inside the Empire. When we moved, when we moved, I think it was still. Yeah, when we moved, I think it was still. It was like no store there still, but it was just like last thing I saw was China One was in there, and then eventually
that was like that little hair store in the China One.
Yeah, it was like a Chinese owned hair like beauty product store, and
man, I would like to see. This is on a whole nother note, but I would like to see a black owned hair shop. As many black women go to fucking hair shops and like beauty supply stores. It seemed like one of them or like a group of them would get together and be like, let's make one, or like let's do this.
Yeah, and I'll see like headlines every now and then of like 8 black girls like put their money together and bought a property and now have one of the biggest salons in Atlanta, Georgia. Like,
yeah.
But that's like kind of few and far in between. Like if people like, I think what, like this is we going way off track with this, but I'm gonna just go. I think that okay, so eventually, like throughout probably our lives and before, but like in the beginning, I think things were way more like communal. Even for example, video games. You had to be in the room with each other to play the video game, multiplayer, split screen on the same TV. Y'all actually there with each other, like physically in real time. And we moved away from that. We moved way more into like a solitary, just me type of like setup. So now that's kind of how we run our lives. Like I got my, this is my phone and I got my, I can play you, but I can play you got, I'm here at my house and you at your house.
Yeah.
We don't come together. Now in coronavirus, everybody's social distancing even more. So that's feeding more into that. And I think that like that I forgot where I was going to say about that. What did I talking about right as I went to that right before that?
We were talking about like the black girls putting money together and stuff like that.
Yeah. Okay. Now I remember. So I think that all that like that shift from communal to isolation, I think that in the whole mentality of a lot of people, especially in Flint, of having like I don't trust nobody. My circle's small. I roll like solo dolo, like all that mindset. I think nobody has people that they really trust to like invest in anything like on that, like trust on that level, because that's a big venture. And I think people don't have people. A lot of people don't have people in their lives that they trust that much, and with that kind of a mindset to even want to do that or like be interested in it. People will spend the same amount of money that they could have invested in a bit, like in a property or something like that. They'll spend that same amount of money in a year on just like clothes and shoes and stuff like that. I work, one of my jobs is at the mall, and when Yeezys and Jordans drop, it's like droves of black people. Like it's just it's specifically black people. And I know Flint is black, but like there's white people that I see in the mall all the time too, but they don't be the ones that in the lines for the Yeezys, the tickets and Jordans and all that kind of stuff, spending their money. And I think the amount of Jordans that drop in a year, if all the money if you bought every single one of them, that's definitely like a down payment on a property. And if you're going in with a bunch of friends that got the same mindset, I think that you for sure can like purchase a property, at least put some kind of payment on it, and that's gonna bring you actual like passive income eventually. It's like, but it's the long game. I think that's the thing that people don't. That's the deterrent. It's like it takes a long time. It takes a lot of work, but eventually it'll start to pay off, and it'll go from you exerting into it to it kind of pouring back into you, financially though.
But it takes time to make money.
Yeah, and I think people want instant gratification. They like that's all. A lot of people that are addicted to shopping is like that instant gratification of like, boom, like especially in store shopping. Like I got it. Like I bought it right now and I have it. Like not even waiting for it online. It's
and I can wear that shit. Yeah, I can wear it right now if I want to.
There's probably like a hit of dopamine when you have like buy a purchase. So.
But back to Coochieland.
Yeah. Dang, man, it might be a little bit of a longer episode. Like the ones when it's just me and you, I feel like they usually are around an hour and a half. But this might end up being like a 2 hour just because of so much to talk about. Like we there's more to talk about than we'll be able to talk about in one episode, really. But
For sure.
Yeah. So here in Flint, Michigan, like I was saying, let me hit my timer. Here in Flint, Michigan, they threw basically a Flint, Michigan version of Freaknik. And over in the neighborhood, like I said, that I grew up in on Clio and Pearson, near Clio and Pearson. I grew up on Canterbury, but on Clio, there's a Hallwood Plaza. It's a plaza, of different stores. And there's a store that was a Chinese like beauty supply store, that got converted into like a venue for like live music, and all that kind of stuff. In that parking lot, though, they threw an event outside in the parking lot. And it didn't, long story short, it went bad. People got to shooting. So I kind of want to tread lightly on the topic. Of course, I've been seeing a lot of people like, because it's but there's a lot to talk about. But we got a lot of with the amount of people that were there, a lot of people had cell phones. So when everything started happening, there's all kinds of like perspectives of video and stuff like that. So I wanted to just jump in some of the video and then, kind of get that stimulus of the visual, and then kind of go into the conversation. So I'm about to share my screen. Boom. And I got them saved. But before we get into the serious part of it, this is what we're talking about, though. Like I said, like Freaknik of Flint. So you can see this, right?
Oh, Coochieland, 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 Coochieland. We in Coochieland, y'all. We in Coochieland, y'all. Oh,
right there by City Trends.
Oh, we in Coochieland. Oh.
That's what that was on. Like that was on some like, like, so I guess, like I said, like Freaknik type stuff. But later on, things did get serious. Like I said, people started shooting or whatever. So I'm gonna kind of share these in. I think I got them
all light-hearted shit. You know what I'm saying? It all seem like all fun games. Like, that's why it seemed like something to pull up to. But just like a lot of times, man, when niggas get together and a lot of shit be influenced, you got the liquor, you got other substances and shit like that. It's kind of sour.
I'm trying to make sure I got the right first video of land. Like, in the name it Coochieland. Like, come on. It's like, I think it came from the, like, that's the song or whatever, Coochie Scout or something like that.
Just Coochie.
Huh?
No, the name of the song is just Coochie.
Oh, it's called Coochie? Okay. And then, like, they calling it, the event was like, being Coochieland.
Mm-hmm.
It was like, and I heard somebody talk. I was like, I didn't even like register it when it was happening, but I was like hearing people say like the word Coochieland, and I was like, what? I kind of was like in my mind, kind of like, what are they talking about? But then I just kind of didn't think about it. And then later I was hearing, like, I started hearing, oh, they're shooting up the north side and all that kind of stuff. And then I started seeing videos and stuff, and it was, and they started sending them in the group chat. But I'm gonna start playing. So I don't know which order the videos, but this is some of the. So this is what it looked like. Sorry, audio listeners.
She ain't bought my damn car.
No.
So a lot of people. Very crowded outside. Fight breakout.
Oh, they fight. Oh, them bitches fight. Oh, them bitches fight. Oh, they fighting, y'all.
Listen.
Hell no.
Listen. And that's where it started. Like, that's kind of when the shooting started. So I got another video that's like it's like a minute and almost a minute and a half. I'm gonna share that one. That's like you don't see as much, but you like get kind of a good perspective of when it got started and all that kind of stuff. Let me get back to my other page. But yeah, it went bad. People got the shooting. Yeah, they fought, and then I think the fighting led to the shooting. I heard a taser.
That bitch was loud.
And then you start hearing the gunshots, but this is the video that I want to share. So this is another good one though. This is the one I wanted to show first, but here I'm gonna play.
You know what I'm saying? I do.
And on a lighter note, this dude's I don't know, his little fit.
I mean,
so you heard a few shots right there. He start taking off. And he's running. Now he's starting to panic now.
Run that way.
run that way, bro. Run that way.
Listen to the whizzing. That one, it sounded like it was right next to him. Like,
Yeah.
it was like pew, pew, pew. You heard like the detail of the sound.
Sound like that nigga was running right next to the nigga shooting, or like running away from him, running past him or something.
And then the one that's like a minute and a half. I want to find that one. Give me 1 second.
These motherfuckers out there, I don't want to book, and nobody don't want to. What happened? YNJ did a video shoot. In the sky. I'm gonna do a U-turn as soon as I can. Oh, we definitely.
Oh, they shooting. Oh, they shooting. Oh, they shooting.
I'm about to park. We finna get out.
Come on.
We finna get out. We finna get out.
Pull on the. Turn. Fuck that. Back up.
Somebody driving on the grass, like the truck is like.
Hey.
They was dumping.
Dumb with you.
We good, baby.
Oh, no, that nigga. That's that nigga thirsty. Hold on, was that you?
Is that whose video it is? Let me see.
Yeah, I think that was. It said Lorenzo Avery.
Let me see. It say Marvin Smooth Groove Miller. I think this is like, it probably got like reposted.
If you ain't bringing.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Lorenzo Avery Jr.
Yeah, that's thirsty. I know that nigga.
That's whose video it was. Like somebody was screen recorded his video. So yeah, it got shot up. Like 10 or more injured, 2 or more dead. And I mean, okay, so I'm gonna go into my thoughts about this whole thing. Let me bring us back to the screen. My thoughts on it. Just hearing like Coochieland, it didn't sound like nothing that I was gonna be like interested in. I'm not like a real party goer anyway, like clubs and stuff like that, and like these big gatherings. I'm not really into those. I'm more of an introvert than that, I guess. But so it wasn't nothing that I was, even gonna consider going to. But just because it sounded kind of ignorant. So, and then I work at a print shop, so I think people had like shirts, might have gotten shirts that said Coochieland on it and Coochie Scout, and this like it's just like ratchet, kind of ignorant in my opinion, I guess, from my perspective. So I wasn't gonna go, but I heard about it. I heard the name of it, and then we did karaoke at my cousin's house, in his like home theater or whatever that he made, and we started hearing like people talking about posting statuses about like, oh, they shooting up the north side. It sounded like a war zone. I just heard 100 shots and stuff like that. And then we started seeing videos come out.
Niggas was letting off rounds.
Then I started seeing the videos come out, and people talk the fight video. Then you start hearing the gunshots, and then all those videos that we just played, came out and stuff. And then it's like, but my initial thought is like, this is not the time, basically. Like, for one, this is not the time. Like, we're going through a pandemic, as well as a like basically like a civil, like low key, like a little civil, like basically a civil rights movement. Not necessarily a civil war, but like a lot of like civil unrest in like society. We're supposed to be socially distant, not gathering in too big of groups. This is obviously way more than, in people don't social distance for real. Like, not especially not in something called Coochieland. You saw the girls, they had the white girls kissing, not the, they're white. I'm not calling white as derogatory, but just they happen to be white. You saw what, there's obviously not social distancing.
At all.
So first, my first thought, one, like I said, it's not the time. Two, like, this is, I'm glad I remembered this. I thought this one before I got in the car before I got up. To me, all this, and I'm like, I don't know, tread lightly, I guess, saying it sort of, but like, to me, all street stuff, all street like mentality, all street code, all street like gimmicks and stuff like that, all that is like whack to me. Like, it's very, very whack. Like this ultra toxic expression of aggression through a lot of music, and this like gang like culture and gang mentality, hood mentality, like ignorant kind of like reckless, like it's stupid. To me, it's whack. Like,
it's senseless. Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like we need to get back to the roots of gang shit and whatnot, because the roots of it were very pure. The roots of it was as simple as just taking care of your community, bro. Like, watching people who coming in and out, because when they made Crips and they made Bloods, it wasn't to beef with each other. It wasn't to fucking sell drugs and make money. It was for niggas to look after their community, because white people and the police was coming in fucking with people. You know what I'm saying? Making it hard for people to live and for us as black people to, you know what I'm saying, to coexist. So they started out as basically like neighborhood watches. Like, we gonna arm ourselves, kind of like the Black Panthers. We gonna arm ourselves and we gonna, look out for our community. But then that shit just turned to,
it got warped.
South.
Like, it's warped into something else. And I think that we gotta like, that's so me saying that is whack is like, I'm saying that because it's obviously turned into something completely different than what it was originally intended to be. Like, it's a whole different, like I said, I feel like it's just like this weird, like this, like I said, expression of like this ultra aggression and toughness for no reason. And like, like, I gotta have a gun just to go to, to a little like gathering or whatever. Like, everybody feel like that. Everybody trying to like, everybody's ego is so fragile that if you look at me wrong, I'm ready to shoot. You say the wrong thing, you bump into me, we have some kind of misunderstanding, I'm ready, I got the gun ready. Like, and then the people that walk around with a gun and have that boost of confidence because they have it, that's so whack. Like, that's such a whack reason to feel tough. Like, but so that's two. Two is, all street stuff is honestly kind of whack now, at least now. Like I said, like you said, like the history of gangs was more communal and like, so synergetic, but like now all that stuff is whack, man. I see so many people coming in to the print shop, because a lot of people get t-shirts from us where we do like banners and business cards, flyers, posters, whatever. We do all kind of other stuff. A lot of people come to us for t-shirts and they are trying to do these brands, and it's some of the most, it's like, it's mind-numbingly like ratchet and like dumb. Like some of the stuff that people want to put, create as a brand, like it's so stupid. Like, it really is. It kind of bothers me on low key. Like, it bothers me how like many people have the same.
I can tell that bothers you.
Like, and I'm going in on this because it really does bother me. And like, since we are in our kind of serious part of the episode, I'm kind of just keeping it that way. But like, it really bothers me how many people like act like that and like have this mentality. And like I said, it's like, it's some weird like aggression type stuff. And honestly, it's not completely that their fault, because like of the way that the position that the black person in America has been, put in, when it comes to redlining and poverty and all these systematic things. Of course, like a lot of us have been put in that kind of position just by being black. But there are choices that you make every single day. You know what I'm saying? Like that don't have anything to do with the systematic oppression of America and being black in America. There's choices you make every single day to do stuff, you know what I'm saying, on a day-to-day basis that like may or may not pertain, to, being advanced as a society. What happened in Coochieland, like that was not behavior of people that want to advance as a culture. That's people just content with this stupid recklessness and like ratchetness. That's what that is to me. I don't feel like that's not, like I said, behavior. That's not behavior of people that want to advance as a culture and like move things forward and kind of evolve and progress as a culture. Like that's people that's content with stupid.
Yeah. I said we got to shift the narrative, man. We got like a lot of those people, a lot of those kids are younger. Like a lot are just like coming of age, 20, 21. You know what I'm saying? So it's just what niggas have seen for so long, and niggas just need to change the narrative. You don't have to be tough, you know what I'm saying, to be a man. Like you don't have to fight every battle to be a man. A lot of times, and being a man and being being a mature man, you gotta pick and choose which battles are worth fighting. Like certain shit, you have to show like younger kids, like or the kids that's looking up to you, like, okay, this nigga's stupid. Let me, what I'm saying, show some restraint and move on, move past this shit. But defend yourself by any means. I feel like.
Yeah.
But,
I think that
makes sure it's necessary.
I think that's the thing. Like, I think that like as a man, you should like be prepared to take on any kind of aggressive situation. But that don't mean that you have to walk around aggressively. Like you don't have to be on edge and all that kind of stuff. You could be, respectful, polite. Like that's I feel like that's way more like, I don't know. It's just that's how I think. That's my school of thought. Like I'm prepared to go there if it need to go there, but I'm easygoing. Like I'm not looking for that to happen. And I think a lot of people like kind of walk around like feeling like they gotta be like what like try something, nigga. Like they gotta be on that all the time, and it leads to a lot of this stupid stuff happening. Like it's a whole lot of like it's a laundry list of things that I feel like we need to change. Like as far as seeing them as a priority, as far as a culture, like shoes, Yeezys, and Jordans. Come on, man. Like I see the lines and it's like packed in the mall. Like going back to coronavirus, like it's supposed to be not gathering to all that. Like it's so stupid that people still want to do that. Like they want to come out in like the big packs and as if this is like a normal summer. This is 2020 during a pandemic, unprecedented. No vaccine in sight yet.
Right, none.
And y'all just comfortable with doing the same stuff that y'all was doing last summer, like as if nothing is different.
Niggas don't believe fat meat greasy, man. Niggas don't believe that like shit can happen to them.
They half wearing these masks, get mad when you tell them to pull it back up because people walk up to you and want to pull it down because they feel like it's keeping them from breathing. Like it's so frustrating. But like, so to have, like I said, it's a laundry list of different things that I feel like we need to change as far as looking at them as a priority. Shoes and all that kind of like superficial stuff. We need to look into more like long lasting stuff, like things that's not going to depreciate immediately, like property and like investments and like kind of legacy. Like, come on, like you gotta, if we want people to take us seriously and if you want people to, like value our voice as a culture, we gotta stop doing so much ratchet, stupid stuff, man. Like, especially in times like this, it's like it's not to be dramatic, but it's somewhat of a case of like life or death. Like when it comes to this respiratory illness that we call coronavirus, like so like there's government input that's telling us like chill out, and y'all is like, no, this is our summer, like this is what we doing. Y'all want to throw Coochieland in my old neighborhood, basically, like where I grew up at, right next to the Popeyes and the City Trends and Old China One, and what was it, Foot Locker and Foot Action. But and people get shot, not people dead, like people dying from like, and I think that something similar happened in Chicago. Actually, like, it was like a weekend where like a lot of people died. I can't remember how it was like a big number, but a lot of people died. Like, and it's like y'all got time to try to be hard, like while also and during the pandemic, like during like this all this quarantine and people on unemployment and like y'all like, yeah, I'm still hard though. Like,
gangsters don't go on quarantine.
it's like, man, like just that mentality. That mentality is so like repulsive to me. Like, and I like, you know, and I don't judge a lot of people, but like I just hate that. Like, I don't hate the people. I hate that mentality though. I really do hate that mentality.
Yeah, it makes us all look bad as a whole. You know, it's just we all look super aggressive. We all look like, you know, what we really are not. We all look like savage.
And it makes it to where, like, you know, during all this police brutality stuff, it makes it to where, like, when you're trying to be like, you know, I'm innocent, and like it kind of like makes you like it taints your whole thing. Like,
yeah,
like when you behave in a certain way, you know, right before,
almost like you crying wolf.
Yeah, like it's kind of takes some of your like authenticity or your like your the validity of your like your case away. But what I guess what, and then you said you almost went, you know, but you just happened to not go, right?
Yeah. Like, I mean, I don't know. It's me myself, like I enjoy some ratchet stuff, you know, from time to time. But really, a lot of times, I'm an introvert myself, and a lot of times, if you catch me out, it's mostly at some type of music event or some type of music thing. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I would have went there for. Is just, you know, as far as the music and the networking and all that. You know, as far as the people that were putting it on. But
yeah,
you know, I'm not going to be like, you know, Coochieland. You know, I'm not.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not looking for Coochie at Coochieland.
Yeah, right.
You know what I'm saying? I'm there to, like, you know, connect and network and shit like that. You know, but it's crazy, man. It's like a lot of times I plan to go places, even in high school. I plan to go different places, and like I end up not going, or something happen where I don't go, and then niggas end up getting a shooting. So it's just like, you know, I just take that as a blessing, man. I didn't need to be there at that moment in time.
Yeah. And like, just to be like clear to everybody, like I'm not the type of person that's like, you know, like extra woke or nothing like that, and always want to like listen to like spoken word and nothing like I don't listen to spoken word at all. But it's just like I don't see a lot of this stuff as beneficial. Like, but I'm all for like having fun, and like you said, like networking and music and all. I'm super into music myself, so like I definitely would see that appeal. But just like I could tell off of just the name, I'm like, it's not the type of music thing that I would probably be into if I was there. Knowing that I'm not already not like a club, so like big social gathering type of person anyway, I knew it wouldn't be done for me. Like named Coochieland, and and yeah, so you know, I got both sides. I got the dichotomy of like I'm the like conscious person, but also I like to have fun and do stupid stuff too. But my stupid don't go to that level of stupid. Like, not to where I'm about to shoot somebody. Like, I don't have a gun or nothing like that. I kind of want to get one, but like not on some like gangster type stuff. I wouldn't be like, I feel like I got the right mentality to not be like the person that want to just like straight to the gun. Like, soon as something have disagreement, gun. Like, I'm not that kind of person. So, but
me either. I throw them hands in before I put it in.
But like,
but not a lot of niggas ain't want to do that, because a lot of niggas can't take the embarrassment of losing a fight. So if a nigga lose a fight, then nigga want to kill you. Like, so to me, for fighting, it ain't even worth it nowadays. It's like, you know, and you have to have a gun to protect yourself, even if you're, even if it's not against your own kind. You know, you have to have a gun, like, because the police are killing people. So if somebody got into a battle with the police, you know what I'm saying, and they were in their rights, like, I couldn't blame them for, you know, protecting themselves, trying to protect themselves. That's just life.
So I guess we can wrap that segment up just by saying, like, you know, our condolences to all the families affected by the shooting and everything last night, all the victims, families and stuff like that.
Yeah, man. And keep Coochieland going, man, but just restricted. You know, make restrictions, make sure it's safe for, you know, all of your people, because, you know, Y&J got a big ass, you know, he's getting more of a following. So, you know, you want to protect those people who are just there to have fun,
right?
You know, and not so you know, make it enjoyable for everybody, make it to where it's a safe environment, but you still can coochie down, you still can, you know what I'm saying, do, you know, everything that you want to do. You can make room for whatever you want to do, you just got to do it the right way, you know. And
like,
I like the fact that people coming together, but that is bad.
Yeah, and like whether or not me personally, whether or not I like it, like doesn't matter. I know that, but like at the most, this should have just been something that I wouldn't have liked to go to, and I didn't. And then you know, everybody went and had a good time, and the weekend was over. But instead, it was like something that I wasn't into, didn't go to, and then people did now and injured, and you know, like it shouldn't have turned into that. Like even at the most, it shouldn't turn into that. So. Our condolences to the families involved, and but with that, we're gonna move on to our next topic. Okay, so but speaking of like, this is not the time. Kanye West has been on this I don't know, this kick of running for president for 2020, and he had his first kind of presidential campaign rally. I want to say it was like South Carolina. Yeah, I think South Carolina.
Somewhere in that song, yeah.
He was wearing his bulletproof vest. But before we get into the conversation, I'm gonna play a little bit of some of what he went into while doing this like speech that he was doing. Here we go.
It was even more like a rant. It wasn't even a fucking speech.
Yeah, it reminded me of like the Kanye rants of like his concerts. But
yeah.
Okay, so I stubbed my toe 2 years ago. And went to the doctor because I gotta yay everything up. I gotta take everything way serious. Like I'm not just gonna take some anointment or whatever. I'm gonna go to the hospital. So when I got there, 5 doctors asked me if I wanted pain medication. At the end of the year, they give out awards for people who have given out the most medication. In Europe, there's a higher threshold for pain. I got plastic surgery to try to look young and try to look like I needed to be on TV out in Los Angeles. You heard of that on TMZ. After getting the plastic surgery, that was the slippery slope to being addicted to Percocets. Percocets release serotonin and endorphins in your mind that are similar to when you have an orgasm and are also a cousin and a sister of heroin. So basically, some could say I was addicted to a smaller form of heroin. And I would live in this McMansion in this gated community with my Maybach, and I would drive to Calabasas, high as a mother. That's the one that my dad is sitting at home waiting for Fox News to run that. He said he was high as a mother. Because I went through a process of one thing leading to the next thing, leading to the next thing, leading to the next. No, it ain't.
Okay, I want to skip into when he gets into like more irate. Here we go. I don't know what I'm gonna skip through.
And I said yes. And I said no. After this speech, she brought North into the world, even when I didn't want to. She stood up and she protected that child. You know who else protected a child? Who do you think might have protected a child? 43 years ago, who do you think protected a child? My mom saved my life. My dad wanted to abort me. My mom saved my life. There would have been no Kanye West because my dad was too busy.
right, so we can go into it off that point. You heard him saying like I almost killed my daughter. I think he didn't want to I think he was kind of alluding that he didn't want to have North or whatever and Kim.
Yeah, he was trying to abort her.
Yeah, and Kim fought to have her or whatever, and then him kind of like feeling like he almost killed her by by aborting her. But like some all the stuff about the serotonin and the Percocets and all that. Like I mean, I think that sounds like factually right, but like this, like, why is this at a presidential campaign? Like you can see like how bizarre like the whole moment is. Like people don't even really know how to react to stuff he's saying. Like they kind of laughing when it's like not a statement and stuff.
He's dead ass serious. Like I was hype as fuck.
Yeah, and they like laughing because of how it sounds, but like he's serious. Yeah. Like, and I think it's pretty clear that we're watching him have like a episode. Like he's like it's kind of common knowledge that he got diagnosed with bipolar. Like he was kind of open with that. So like we watching him to have one like right now, like on camera.
Really? And it's like people don't really care if it's like entertaining.
Yeah, and I think that like I don't like because I've been hearing people talk about this and they're saying like, but like that kind of out the box kind of like just like bizarre mind that he has is part of why he's like as what at least was or is as great as he is or was like because he was always just kind of like he'll say anything, the whole like George Bush doesn't care about black people thing, and he'll say stuff like
I was with Kanye when he said that shit. Like those type of Kanye rants, I feel like
that was back then.
I feel like he's starting. I feel like once he was like trying to fuck with Taylor Swift about winning an award. I think that's when he kind of started just going really left with his rants. But I felt him on that. George Bush doesn't care about black people because he didn't, especially during that time. Like
Katrina.
They were doing all of that. Katrina.
FEMA.
The FEMA stuff. They was doing all of that. Like, and then this nigga was on fucking vacation.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah. So that statement was kind of like spot on, but like as we've seen him kind of as time goes by, kind of change and everything. And like you said, like got diagnosed as being bipolar and stuff. And I think that like because he built celebrity before like the diagnosis and before the descent into what we have now with him, I think people still see him as just like, oh, that's just Kanye. Like, he's like, they don't see him as being like, he really got a sickness,
it's getting worse.
Yeah. And it's like, we got it. And now we watching him. It's to the point where we're watching him have one like in real time. Like it's like HD footage of just him having like a episode. Like this is a presidential rally and he's talking about like abortion, aborting his daughter. And
talking about, I wish that he could have saw the part where he was talking about Harriet Tubman. He was saying Harriet Tubman.
Oh, didn't free no slaves. He just like had people working for other white people or whatever. And in that statement, like the like they were working probably for other white people, but they were working, not slaving. Like that's so it's just like a misconception of what that whole thing was. It's kind of sad. Like it's like because I kind of got off Kanye after like Graduation. I know a lot of people talk about like My Dark Twisted Fantasy or whatever as like being one of his best albums. That's why I hear people say that, but I just went back and was listening to Graduation the other day, yesterday, to like kind of remember like I remember like this is when Kanye was like kind of hard, like
Graduation was my shit. I like My Dark Twisted Fantasy. I don't like all of them on there, but I like him in that era. That's when I stopped liking him though. After that.
Yeah, I just happened to never like go and listen. Like at that point, I never went back to listen to My Dark Twisted Fantasy or Life of Pablo, like Jesus. I never listened to any of those, just because I had already kind of got off Kanye as far as an artist, like for the most part. But I hope he does get back. I think like pre-Kardashian Kanye, like that's the one I was like kind of more. That was when I was still a fan of him, basically for the most part.
Me too.
But I do hope we get better, but we got one more topic to go into and then a game. So we got like 15 minutes basically. But so we're gonna go We can, yeah, let's do DMX and Snoop Dogg. DMX and Snoop Dogg had a versus. It's probably like, you know, one of the more like positive ones, kind of like Erykah Badu and Jill Scott, where they was like kind of like acting like it was a competition, but they was like fans of each other and stuff. I've been watching some of it today for the first time, and it's like it's been dope. I don't know as much of like DMX's music. Like I know some of his like big hit stuff. Like what they really want from a nigga. Like I know those and like some of the bigger hits or whatever. It seems like I know a lot more of Snoop Dogg stuff, like, or like I recognize it at least. But it seemed like it was pretty evenly matched for the most part. Like, you know, and it was cool because they was in the same room. Like we was talking about, like it wasn't like an Instagram video. It was like they was really there.
Yeah. I think that's what made it hard for like, okay, y'all in the same spot, y'all doing the same. So it's like we just watching one screen.
Yep. And then like DMX, they're talking about DMX. Kev on stage said it was like he was DMXX, like DMXL.
Yeah, he was big.
DMXX, DM2X. But yeah, he can gain weight. But like I think he had a history of like substance abuse or like at least something like that. So like typically, you know, people are lose weight when they own stuff like that. So him being, I don't know if it's really like that's how it is, but I think black people just assume that like if you gained weight, you must not be smoking, you know, whatever you was doing like back then no more. So you should be, I guess, you healthy. So people happy to see him like he been eating good. But he was like, I like how that his energy. He was like, you know, like even though he was bigger, he was kind of with it. He was like performing it like, you know, like pretty like, you know, with the energy of the song. And then Snoop was, you know, him dancing and stuff. Got the little Super Mario Brothers sweats on.
Yeah. I'm like, this nigga hella comfortable. He's like he in pajamas.
Right. But I mean, what, you know, it makes sense. Like they just in the studio, they chilling. That's like that, and that's the vibe of it. There was like super, like especially Snoop, but you know, DMX too, just like super like chilling. Like they were rapping, you know, kind of backing each other up, almost like whether either they know the lyrics to the other person's song or you know they just like, you know, bopping the whole time or whatever. So it was pretty cool. That was something positive to see. Two icons, two dogs.
It was
dog
like
icons.
Nelly and Ludacris. Ludacris was just still facing this nigga.
Yeah.
The whole time, like.
And then Nelly's internet. But yeah, the two dog icons, DMX, the infamous growl, doing all that stuff. And then, you know, Snoop Dogg, of course. Snoop Dogg never really growled or barked. Like he was just a dog. You know, he just
looked like a dog.
Yeah, he just looked like Snoopy. Or like that's what
he like Doberman Pinscher.
Yeah. So yeah, that was something cool to see, like, you know, in light of everything else. But I guess we can go from there. We can get into our game. But while I'm getting the game pulled up, if you guys once again want to donate to the podcast, you can go to Cash App, and go type in $ the Stimulus Podcast, all one word. That's $ the Stimulus Podcast, all one word. And like I always say, you know, feel free to donate as much or as little as you want. And it's much appreciated. And if you can't do that, like I said, you can always listen because that actually helps us out as well. So, and if you want to do both, that's even better. But so our game today is actually going to be trivia. I'm thinking with the time we got left, let's just try to do like a best, or not best, but like let's get whoever get like, I don't know how can we do a trivia, like best of, like whoever get 3 first, like 3 points.
Yeah, guess we can do it like that.
But if we keep both getting them right, whoever get like 1 after the person get 1 wrong, or like past 3. Did that make sense?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Okay, so you want to go first? You want me to go first?
I'll go first.
Okay, you ready for the first question?
Yep.
First question. Let me scroll. Who was the first African American woman to win 5 Grammy Awards in 1 year? Is it DeBrat, Foxy Brown, Lauryn Hill, or Missy Elliott?
Lauryn Hill.
That is correct. It is Lauryn Hill. One of those Grammys was for the Miseducation of Lauryn Hill, considered by some people as one of the greatest hip hop albums of all time. All right, you got 1 point. My question: who was the first African American to graduate from Harvard and become a U.S. senator? U.S. senator. Harvard. Senator.
Yep.
I want to say Colin Powell because but I don't know. Was he a senator?
Yeah. I don't think he was the first though.
And Harvard. This is a hard one.
I think I know the answer, but I don't want to say it.
Yeah. Who was the first African American to graduate from Harvard University and become a U.S. senator? Oh, let me read the answers for the audio listeners. Blanche Bruce, Hiram Rhodes Revels, Colin Powell, Thurgood Marshall. I'm gonna just kind of, not to parlay. I'm gonna just go with my gut right now. I'm gonna go Thurgood Marshall. Oh, Hiram Rhodes Revels. I never even heard of that dude. I don't think.
Hiram Rhodes.
Okay. Next question. What is James St. Patrick's nickname on the show Power?
Oh wow.
I never watched Power before, so I wouldn't know this one either.
James is Ghost.
Ghost?
Yeah.
You got 2 points.
At first I didn't see it on there. I'm like, hold on, where the
Yeah, it was for all your listeners once again, it was between Spirit, Nino, Blue, and Ghost. I don't know who none of those people are. I've heard Ghost because people talk about it on the internet. Next question for me. As a student, so you got 2 points, I got nothing. 2 points. My question is, as a student at the Baltimore School of Performing Arts, rapper Tupac Shakur took these. What? That's like a deep cut question. As a student at the Baltimore School of Performing Arts, rapper Tupac Shakur took these classes. 1,
I know.
Hip hop and poetry, theater and modern dance, music appreciation and film, ballet and poetry.
It's not what you think either.
I have like an idea. Like I think I've heard something about like what he was into.
This one he met Jada Pinkett first, yes.
And
he was in Baltimore.
I'm gonna go with it. Just dang, I thought it was. Oh, it was similar though. I picked.
Yeah, it was the ballad and poetry.
Yeah, I picked theater and modern dance. So the answers were hip hop and poetry, theater and modern dance, music appreciation and film, and ballet and poetry. And it was ballet and poetry. So,
that's why I said what you thought it was.
Dang, I'm striking out. So your next question is who invented the 3-position traffic signal in 1923 that includes the yellow light? I think I know what this one is too. You getting the ones that I know. Is it JP?
Well, it wasn't
Knight?
Morgan Freeman. It's not Benjamin Franklin.
The answers are JP Knight, Garrett Morgan, Benjamin Franklin, or Morgan Freeman.
Let's go with JP Knight.
JP Knight. I knew it was Garrett Morgan. Answer is Garrett Morgan. It says it's entrepreneur and businessman Garrett Morgan, also the inventor of the gas mask. He came up with the spotlight after seeing cars, buggies, and people collide at intersections. So you still at 2 points. I got no points. Next, I didn't see Hidden Figures. Next question for me. Taraji P. Henson played Katherine G. Johnson in the movie Hidden Figures. What was Johnson known for? Taraji P. Henson.
Man, I know this one.
Did you see the movie?
No, I ain't see the movie, but I know the lady.
Okay, Katherine G. Johnson. I'm just kind of going with my gut right now. Yes, yep. Finally got a point. Her calculations. Oh, I keep not reading the answers. Answers were Secretary for the Department of Defense, invented America's first clock. Her calculations helped NASA's space program, and she was the first Black female astronaut. I picked her calculations helped NASA's space program, and I was correct. All right, I got 1 point. You got 2 points. Next question. What player hit 73 home runs in a season and earned Major League Baseball Silver Slugger Award 12 times? Was it Jackie Robinson, Barry Bonds, Hank Aaron, or Willie Mays?
Ooh.
Right, this is a little curveball,
Man.
pun intended.
I know it's either between Hank Aaron, I want to say, and Barry Bonds. I'm gonna say Hank.
Hank Aaron.
Yep.
It was not Hank Aaron. It
was
Barry
Barry
Bonds.
Barry fucking Bonds.
Light skin out. Barry Bonds.
I felt like, I mean, because I knew that was Barry Bonds in that picture. I just thought they would set me up for some shit.
Oh yeah. All right. So 1-2 still. My question: what was the first historically black college in America? The answers are Lincoln University, Howard University, Cheney University, Wiley College. What was the first historically black college? I think in the Great Debaters they went to Wiley College. And I think that was like a kind of a period movie. It was back old. So I'm gonna go with that. I'm going with my gut right now. So I was wrong. Cheney University was founded as the African Institute in February 1837. The answer was Cheney University. So I'm still at 1 point.
Hey.
I like this game. I like doing it like this.
Me too, though.
It's like educational. Next question is.
Let's get it.
Oh, this is way more our era.
Say my name.
Which of the following songs is not a song by TLC? Creep, Waterfalls, Say My Name, No Scrubs, Say My Name.
Say obviously.
My name. So you get 3 points. You won. You won. Yeah. I was just here listening to that song the other day. Actually, doing that karaoke. Yeah. All right, you the winner of our first. I want to do this again. This is Black History Trivia. But you the winner of the trivia, and with that is episode 13 of the Stimulus Podcast.
13 of them hoes, though.
Thank y'all for making it all the way to this point of the episode. And continue to listen and comment, engage with us kind of in general. Follow us on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, and listen on Spotify and Apple Podcasts and all that stuff. But thank y'all for sticking with us and making it through this episode, and also coming this far as 13 episodes. You want to go ahead and plug your music? I'm about to pull up Chubby Chaser one more time to end it out right.
Yes, sir. I got a project coming out very soon. Working on it. I'll be working on this shit today, mixing or recording or whatnot. Genesis. So be on the lookout for that. Coming very soon, mighty soon. Got like maybe 4 or 5 songs left to mix and master, record and stuff. So
okay.
Oh yeah, follow me on Instagram, Vision Hunter, VYSON Hunter, and then or Vision the Great on Instagram. Everything grammatically correct after Vision. So Vision, VYSON the Great, and then Vision Hunter on YouTube and Facebook.
All right, and that is episode 13 of the Stimulus Podcast. Thank y'all for supporting, and that's basically. I'm gonna let this music play out, and that's it. Thank y'all.
I'm a chubby chaser. I buy plus size clothes cause I'm a chubby chaser. I'm a chubby chaser. I lift weights every day cause I'm a chubby chaser. I'm a chubby chaser. I don't mind you gaining weight cause I'm a chubby chaser. I'm a chubby chaser. First off, all you skinny girls just shut up and listen. I need me a big girl that can throw it down in the kitchen. I don't know just what it is, man. It's just intuition. But when I'm with a skinny girl, man, it's just something missing. She can't be itty bitty, she gotta be big in the mug. I don't want no 6-pack, no, I need me a hug. I need 50 and up, a little extra cushion when I'm reaching out for a hug. I don't like them slim.
That part was an extra sentimental, reaching out for a hug. It was extra soft.
Around CT the title on top of all that, man, she got 3 chins. She on that slim slow diet that just came out. She don't waste the time with exercise.
We got to see the video.
She got more rose than pills. But she don't like the word fat, cause she pleasantly plump. I keep my refrigerator full, cause